the character that I hate the most. Number one, hate, double hate, loathe entirely, cannot stand, wouldn't spit on them to put them out if they were on fire, is Jules. Jules is outlandishly selfish.
Girl, I know you wanna.
Hey guys, it's NyraDelRey. Welcome to my channel and welcome back to my channel if you've been here before. What's up, y'all? So my literal absolute favorite show in the whole world right now is Euphoria, and I have just finished. I just watched the season finale maybe 2 days ago, and obviously, number one, beautiful storytelling, beautiful cinematography, beautiful everything. But not only that, the makeup got everybody talking because the way that they use makeup to help the storytelling process and to help define the characters and to help nudge you in the right direction and to lend a hand in like the storytelling process was beautiful. People literally all over Twitter and Instagram are saying that they now want to do their makeup like the Euphoria girls, and obviously I'm one of them because I'm basic. We're gonna talk about the fact that Jules is ridiculously selfish. There are so many spoilers in this video. If you have not finished the whole season, do not watch this video. Come back, go binge the series for the next few hours and then come back and watch this video because I spoil you everything, okay? I got a big mouth. If y'all want to see me do this Euphoria inspired look while we talk about the ups and downs of the season, then you came to the right place. I have a mouthful to say about this show. Of course, I'm gonna talk about what happens in the show, but I just want to start off the video and start off the conversation about the storytelling through makeup. I'm taking the NYX micro brow pencil and doing my brows, but I think makeup often gets discredited or overlooked as an art and as a part of storytelling in TV and in movies, and Euphoria refused to let that happen. I loved that. So beautiful to see how the storytelling incorporates makeup. It's like, it's so inspiring. When you're thinking about the aesthetics of film, video, TV, movies, you know, it's easy to overlook the power of makeup. And in Euphoria, there was no subtlety. It was all boom, in your face, beautiful makeup looks. I wish we see more of that. For once, my brows are just about even. I have a broken nail too. Love that for me. Okay, let's move on to the eyes. Now the eye makeup is what was really big in Euphoria. Like the face makeup, cool, but the eye makeup really like punched you in your face. Priming my lids with the LA Girl Pro Concealer. I think we can all agree that Maddie is the queen of eyeshadow, okay? Maddie won eyeshadow, and it wasn't even a competition, and she came up and won first place, period. Maddie represented how millennials use makeup to express themselves so well. Maddie and Jules, I think, in this series did that the best. It was beautiful. It was honestly so beautiful. All of Maddie's iconic looks, the rhinestone like glitter liner, the glitter on the brows. She always had on blue or purple eyeshadow, and I'm like, okay girl, I see you, queen of cool tones. My personal favorite makeup look, not only on Maddie but just of the whole series, is that like that liner she had that looked like chains. Oh my god, it was like so dope. And my second favorite look of the whole series is Kat at the Halloween party. Her Halloween makeup was so dope. So this look is not going to be a recreation of any of the looks. It is an inspired look. I'm taking my James Charles Morphe palette because I'm obsessed with it. It's pretty much the only palette that I use. Leave me comments down below palette suggestions because I need a new colorful palette. Like, it's getting out of hand. I'm going to be going into this bright blue shade, and we're going to go in like a winged shape. If it's not perfect, that's fine. We're gonna use makeup wipes to clean up around the perimeter, but yeah, we're just gonna start there. Woo! All right, I'm gonna start with my favorite characters and my least favorite characters. Y'all ready? My number one favorite character is probably gonna have to go to Fez. He valued Rue more as a friend than as a client. You know, he cared more about her life than the money she was willing to pay him for drugs, and that was really, really important and beautiful, and just, it was great. That was really great to see. he very clearly was willing to do things that he wasn't comfortable doing, i.e. when he threatened Nate, because Rue asked him, you know? It's like he would do anything to protect Rue. And it was just beautiful to me that he didn't care what Rue had to say. He didn't care what insults she hurled at him. He was like, I'm not selling you drugs. And he even forgave her after she said all those mean things, and he was understanding that she did it because of her substance abuse issues. That was just really beautiful. I think their friendship was so cute and so dope. So yeah, I think Fez is my #1 favorite character. My second favorite character would probably have to be Kat. Because Kat realized she didn't like the way that she looked, or she didn't like the way that guys thought she, you know, was a certain way when she wasn't, or she realized that she didn't like the direction that her personality was going, and she didn't like the direction her reputation was going. She didn't like the way people saw her, and she just changed, you know? It's very easy for us to throw pity parties for ourselves, and I am someone that is the same way. If I don't like something about myself, I will just change it, even if it's difficult, because let's be real, sometimes it's not as shallow as giving yourself a makeover, you know? It's difficult, but I feel Kat on that 100%. If you don't like something about yourself, if you want to feel more confident, if you want to feel like the boss that you know you should be, go out and make it happen, girl. I love that about Kat. It was like she lacked the fear of change, of self-change at least, you know? Now, obviously, it made her be kind of a bad friend, which I don't, like, that's not cool at all. Don't change up on people, but to change inwardly for positive, I think is beautiful. Also, much like Kim Kardashian, Kat knew how to make the best of a bad situation. Kat got put in a tough situation and she didn't fold. And I love that about her. I'm taking my NYX glitter glue and then my NYX glitter in the shade 01. I guess that's the shade of it. It's just this dark blue glitter. And yeah, obviously I'm gonna put that over what I have going on in my eyes right now. Had Kat been able to liberate herself without changing the positives of her personality, she would have had no problems in my book. And moving on to my #3 favorite character is actually Maddie. Now let's talk about Maddie as an individual, not Maddie as Nate's girlfriend for a second, okay? Just separate the two. Maddie is a confident baddie who knows what she wants, and I love that about her. She is like super confident. She was not like, she came off as like the popular girl in the show, but we never saw her being like a bully or being mean, or, you know, she was like a good friend, and she was like a baddie. I love that about her. I love her look the most too. Like, Maddie just really was stunting on y'all. Like, Maddie would not get her foot off these girls' necks. And I know it may be hard for some people might hear me be like, oh, Maddie's one of my favorites, and be like, Maddie? But let me tell you something. The one thing that I really adore about Maddie is it took her a while to wake up, but she did wake up at the end and realize, you know what? I'm better than this. I'm in a situation that I don't deserve. And she finally put her foot down to him, which is such a hard thing for women in abusive relationships to do. And so I'm really proud of her. Like, at such a young age, she's able to go, you know what? This ain't right. And it took her a while. But she got there. Another thing I really like is that while Nate was battling with his sexuality, she was not judgmental of that. She was confused. She was inquisitive. She wanted answers, but she was not judgmental. She even went as far as to say to him, one of the times that she confronted him when they were arguing in his bedroom, it's okay if you're into guys, you know? It wasn't a thing of, oh my God, he's gay, I can't be with him, he's into guys. After Kat told her, you know, sexuality is a spectrum, she was 100% accepting of that. She maybe did not get it, but she wanted to, like, and I don't know how to put it. Maybe she did not relate to it, but she was willing to understand it because she loved him and she cared about him. and she wanted to accept him as his authentic self, you know? That was beautiful of Maddie to me. And I also like that Maddie called out Kat when she was being a bad friend. When she was being a bad friend to Cassie, she was like, you were a bad friend to me and now you're being a bad friend to Cassie. I like that. It's important that Maddie was able to stick up for herself and stick up for Cassie like that. I think it was really beautiful. Now we're gonna do my top 3 hated characters. Same order from most hated to least hated. The character that I hate the most. Number 1, hate, 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 double hate, loathe entirely. Cannot stand, wouldn't spit on them to put them out, they were on fire, is Jules. Jules is outlandishly selfish. We watched their relationship turn from a friendship to a best friendship to what I would describe as an open relationship, mostly on Jules's part, because they're messing around with each other, and they are obviously in love, but Jules is open about not wanting to be exclusive and, you know, continuing to deal with other people like that. Now, that's not the problem, because Jules never said they were exclusive, you know, she never promised to be loyal. Like, I don't care that she was hooking up with other people, really. My problem is that we watch Rue do everything in her power to always be considering Jules's feelings, and Jules knows that too. And not only will she not reciprocate the same energy that Rue is giving her, but she gets intimidated by it and won't confront it. She is so busy living her own life. She sees that Rue will literally die for her. She sees that Rue is being clean for her. And she gets intimidated by this, and she won't be mature and speak up and say, look, I don't want your sobriety to be based on me, you know, do it for you. She won't speak up and say, hey, I don't want, you know, just to remind you, we are not exclusive. I don't want you to feel any kind of way, blah, blah, blah. She just was almost purposefully not emotionally available for Rue, and that always upset me. Rue deserves a million times better. Jewel did not ever cater to Rue's feelings, and the perfect example of this was in the finale when Rue was like, okay, wait, because my sister's here, my mom was here, I don't think I can just leave them. And Jules is like, no, it'll be fine. I'm sorry, what do you mean it'll be fine? You're trying to convince her to just like ditch her family for you? Who do you like? Do you really think you're that important? I'm taking the NYX white liquid liner. My second most hated character is going to be Nate, for obvious reasons. Realistically, I don't even gotta get into this with y'all. Y'all already know how much there is to hate about Nate. Nate is the absolute definition of toxic masculinity and white privilege. Like, literally. Boom. Wow. Beautiful. Love that. I'm gonna clean the brow with the same concealer now. But yeah, I really don't have to explain to y'all why I hate Nate. It's pretty obvious. Nate is the ultimate like super villain. Like, what the heck? And a part of the reason I really hate him is that Maddie just wanted to be there for him and be loving to him. And he was aware that he was unable to receive Maddie's love and to reciprocate it the way that she deserved, and he still would not just leave her alone. It was ridiculous. Very hot and cold with Maddie. I hate that about him. And just the way that he did Jules was disgusting. The way that he did poor old Tyler was disgusting. And my third most hated character, I really don't even have one. Like, those Jules and Nate are the only two characters in the season, like in the series, that I actually hate. So yeah. Okay, now we can talk about Rue directly, because we have spoken about Rue's relationships. We have talked about Rue in relation to other people, but we have not spoken about Rue directly yet. So even though Rue comes off as very unlikable at times, especially when she's going through withdrawals for obvious reasons, my heart really breaks for her, because that is a character that is very real in a lot of people's lives. Not every person that does drugs or has a drug addiction is someone who just, you know, had no drive and became a crackhead. You know what I mean? Rue literally didn't ask for that. She didn't choose to have an addiction. It really presented itself to her. She didn't have a chance not to have an addiction, you know? She didn't choose to find and abuse drugs. They were given to her. by her doctors and her parents because they, you know, her parents obviously just listening to the doctors kind of being negligent. And I know a lot of people can argue, well, it's medication, the doctor doesn't make you abuse it, blah blah blah. But I personally suffer from a autoimmune disease, and I suffer from a thyroid disease, and I suffer with depression and anxiety. Nowadays, just anxiety, no depression, thank God. I have a endocrinologist and a primary healthcare physician that will refuse to ever prescribe me anything addictive. If y'all are wondering why I'm touching my nose, I have foundation all over my nose ring. I'm trying to get it off. But yes, I am lucky enough to have my two primary health care providers, like my actual doctor and my endocrinologist, realize that there are too many alternatives out there. Even if they're not as strong, it's better than something that's going to be addictive and literally like give you the potential to ruin your life with a substance abuse issue. The one thing that makes Rue like really not likable is that, and I understand a part of this is because of her drug use and it's not always voluntary, for lack of a better word, but the way that she disrespects the people that care about her, like Lexi and her mother and Fez, it's hard to watch, but that's real life, you know? But I must say, Zendaya, like we already knew Zendaya could act, you know, that's no surprise. But the way that Zendaya showed out and really proved and really reminded you of her ability was ridiculous. They found the balance between having diversity and using people's sexuality and people's gender in the story without it being the story. The story was not they're bisexual and Jules is transgender. That was a part of the story. That was just in the timeline. It was not the main thing. Thank you guys so much for watching and chatting with me. Please, please, please respond to everything I say down in the comments. I want to talk to you guys about this show. This is my favorite show at the moment, so like I'm really into it. Like, let's chat. Let me know what you think and what your favorite and least favorite characters are down below. If you like this video, leave me a like and a comment and subscribe for more videos. I will see you guys on my Instagram, and if I don't see you on Instagram, I'll see you on my next video. Bye.
Girl, I know you wanna. You know I wanna. Yeah, she keep giving me look hotter than the 6 in the summer. Dead ass, girl, I want. Girl, I know you wanna.